Okay, back to the June 1st tub update, after going and swapping batteries and clearing out some space in the memory cards. This is the Miyuki Medaka tub. I have a bunch of water lettuce that I added from the Miyuki tank, mainly because this tub has a ton of algae in it, which, you know, might have been better to use it for a different species, but, you know, more on that, well, not later, but something to think about for future updates. So here we've got a watercress. The watercress actually were doing really good indoors until like a few weeks before I put them out, and then they really died back, but now they're starting to come back, although now there's also a bunch of little dandelion seedlings in here. This bee balm, you know, not doing so good. It seems like it's dying back. I don't know what's going on here. Hopefully it'll recover. If not, I guess I'll be replacing it with something else. This is my sweet flag, a chorus that, you know, overwintered, and I didn't think it was going to make it, but did with flying colors. And as you can see, it is now throwing off these leaves that are, you know, at least a foot long now, and probably gonna get, you know, last year they got over 3 foot, so you know, gonna be doing good. This is my sorry, this is a gold creeping jenny. I am like zonked today. And then this is a spearmint plant right here. And then finally, decided to do an experiment. This is a summer squash, patty pan squash. I'm trying to see how it'll grow here, and then obviously I'm gonna take the vines and move them out of the tub instead of in the tub, if it goes. But hopefully I can get, you know, some good produce out of that. So this is my what last year was the Gold Barb tub. Well, actually, technically, this isn't even the same tub. The Gold Barb tub became the turtle tub. But this year, I have a new tub. This is the new Aphanius vladykovi tub. Put in 4 females and 3 males. 2 of the males are ones that I bred out a couple of years ago before I lost all my females, and then the females and one of the males I got last fall to restart my line. I should say the Miyukis. I put about a half dozen Miyuki Medakas in. So this is the other, what you call it, oh, the big guy, water bluebell plant. This one did not overwinter nearly as well as my first one, although it does have some new growth that is popping up, so hopefully it'll bounce back. Creeping jenny. Again, this is kind of scraps of stuff. This creeping jenny in particular is scraps from other pots that didn't really have enough to justify just having one plant. You know, one little dink in them. This is another woodruff. What is it? I think it's gallium is what they call it. Another bee balm that I got today before realizing the other ones were kind of struggling. So hopefully it does okay. Another papyrus, water celery, thalia, one of the thalia divisions. This one is not looking so hot. I don't think it's going to make it. And then another blue rush, which I'll move into that thalia spot if it doesn't make it. Here we have a giant woolly cat going and harassing the fish and potentially trashing plants. And then we have a bear cat over there going and skulking around. But anyway, the last tub is the Ilyodon tub, same as last year. Got another canna. This is the quote-unquote Australia variety. A new lily. This is a Siberian lily. It's got much narrower leaves than my old, I don't know what species that is, but my old lily. My other sweet flag that I overwintered from last year, an orange mint plant, a big thalia, the main body of the thalia that I saved from last year, and this one seems to be in much better shape, and it's already got, you can see right here, another leaf coming out of that leaf spike, and it's going to be fine. Another chameleon plant, and then Marsilia mutica, the water clover. I had to buy this new because it didn't, the one I had last year that actually had been saved from the year before that didn't make it, so this one I'm just waiting for it to kind of, it's already started to get close to the surface, but basically let it adjust a bit to being underwater, and then I'm going to move it down here into the deep part, because it'll just shoot all the way up to the surface, and then it will basically end up covering the whole surface by August. And then that is another water celery that I'm getting started in. That water celery, once it gets really going, it's going to go where this Marsilia is. So that's kind of where I'm at for the season. You know, I think this already, I'm thinking, you know, based on what I'm doing this year, some things I'm going to do next year. One is I found I really enjoy the turtle. I'm probably going to get another turtle and combine it with, well, basically probably put it in this tub, and then combine it with some of the fish that I don't feel like I need to breed a bazillion of, and do kind of the multi, what would you call it? There's a word for it. Not multi-cropping, but basically just do a couple different species together. The other things I'm kind of thinking of is how much focus I want to do on Medakas. Obviously I've got, you know, 2 cross projects here, but, you know, kind of like anytime you do in selective breeding, you can really rapidly just fill up everything with different little variants of whatever you're breeding. And you know, when I came back into the hobby, I was really interested in the wild type stuff. That was my main thing. I wasn't interested in all the domestic stuff. And while it is fun to play a bit with the domestic stuff, I think my main passion is still wild types, especially, you know, species that don't get worked with a whole lot, that, you know, need people, you know, working with them to keep them in the hobby. So that's kind of my passion. Although the one thing is, though, that a lot of species, as I'm sure you've noticed, you don't really see them in the tubs because they're, you know, fish don't want to be seen from above. They don't want to get predated on by birds. So even really brightly colored wild fish, their tops are usually gray. So it is nice to have something like some bright colored Medakas to, you know, just have as like a little interest piece. But yeah, I think I'm gonna, you know, keep doing some of the Medaka stuff, but probably move more towards more of, especially because the Medaka market, I just see more and more people getting into it, and, you know, it's kind of getting, at least in the US, I wouldn't say it's getting flooded yet, but you're definitely seeing the quote-unquote basic Medakas definitely getting, I guess, devalued, to use a kind of, not crude, but, you know, heartless term, where, you know, just like it used to be when I first got into Medakas, and this was like around 2020, you know, people would sell just, you know, a basic white Medaka for like $8 a piece, and now those are everywhere, and, you know, now there's all sorts of named Japanese varieties and stuff coming in. So yeah, it just makes one think, okay, what do you want to do? Because I don't want to end up you know, okay, I've got to, you know, bred out 100 of some common variety, and then I can't get rid of them, you know. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. And yeah, probably later this week I will put out the Pasilia chica, and then, like I said, this coming week I'm gonna be getting a couple new things in that, you know, obviously don't count your chickens before they hatch, but, you know, if they come in good shape, they'll be going out here, and it'll be more interesting stuff. Anyway, that's kind of where I'm at, you know. Yeah, the tub season has not just started, but now the tub season is properly, we're at the point where we're moving forward, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, that is, you know, the fish are out. The fish are out, and yeah, interesting to hear what you guys think and what you yourselves are doing with your tubs.